Good afternoon, and thank you for joining Conversations for College Success. I want to thank my current subscribers, and if you're a new listener, I'd love to ask you to subscribe. The topic today is personal mottos. They do matter and help form your character, and it's a follow up. I would like to give a shout out to, I think the name is pronounced Jakumar, for inspiring this follow up podcast. And that had to deal with having more than one or multiple personal mottos that people live by. And he shared, and I completely agree, that personal mottos can truly guide our paths in education and beyond. I started thinking about mottos or sayings that I grew up with. The following sayings that I've heard for many years came to mind. What happened over the years is they became mottos for me to think about, reflect on from time to time, and I began to live by. The mottos came to mind for me include: your word is your bond, treat people the way you would like to be treated, honesty is the best policy, birds of a feather flock together, like mother like daughter, or like father like son, and lastly, your integrity is important, to name a few. I'm going to start with your word is your bond. If you agree to complete an assignment, attend an event, help someone finish or fix something, or make any kind of commitment, then you must complete whatever it is that you gave your word you would do or complete, and nothing less. If you do not, and especially if you do it on multiple occasions, then people will see you as a liar and will no longer believe whatever you say. If your reputation is important to you, then you will begin to be more careful about what you commit to. An example is going forward, I started to say to people, I will do my best, or I will try. I would not fully commit to, yes, I would be there, because there's going to be times when you can't be there. Now, if it's something I'm going to fix or help someone do, that's different. But in terms of attending an event or something like that, sometimes you're overbooked or overcommitted. Treat people the way you would like to be treated. That means your family, your friends, and strangers. If you would like to be treated with respect and fairly, then you also have to treat others, whether you like them or not, or whether you know them or not, with respect and fairly. Honesty is the best policy. This is so true because you will always remember the truth. However, when you lie or add things to make something make sense so that you don't get into trouble, you have to try and remember, what did I say, or which lie did I tell? What details did I include? What people did I name? And unfortunately, over time, you don't remember all those details. Now, people will not ask you or even believe you anymore. However, from a personal level, there are times when you should keep your opinion to yourself. I can remember when a colleague asked me which way I liked her hair better. Unfortunately, and without thinking, I answered. She stood up and she walked away in a huff. Clearly, it was not the answer she was looking for, and I felt awful. She did not like my answer at all, and I remember thinking, why did she even ask me? I decided after thinking about it that she wanted validation, and I didn't give it to her. Therefore, I decided going forward, the best way to answer particularly questions along that line from people would be, do you like it? Because if the answer is yes, then that's all that really matters. However, in about 2 to 3 months later, she came back to me with another question. I don't even remember what that question was. What I remember was her response to me was, I'm going to ask you a question because you're going to tell me the truth. I felt validated. I really did. Like, validated, vindicated. However, for some questions, your opinion is your opinion and you should not share it. You should keep it to yourself. Never again will I share my opinion if it could hurt someone's feelings. Now, having said that, I'm not going to let someone dress inappropriately or say things that, they could get in trouble for. But whether or not I like someone's hairstyle, whether or not I like someone's outfit, as long as the outfit looks good on them, it's fine. Birds of a feather flock together. An interesting way to put a saying. However, it has implications that you must consider. If your friends go to school and get good grades, so will you. If your friends cut school or college classes, so will you. If your friends do drugs, commit crimes, you might too, or even worse, you get picked up with them without knowing what drugs they have on them or what crime they've just committed. People will think you are doing the same things or you would not be hanging with those people. So you really have to give who you spend your time with a lot of thought. Like mother, like daughter, or like father, like son. I'm not sure if you will like hearing that one. However, I have found that to be true. Not that you're exactly like either one of your parents, but you usually pick up a few of their traits and or habits. I can remember the first time I quoted my parents. I couldn't believe the words were coming out of my mouth. However, ever since then, I don't have a problem with it. And a number of the mottos that I've shared have come from them. And now I'm proud of it. It means that I've learned from them. They also love to laugh and enjoy themselves, and I do too. Your integrity is important. The definition of integrity is steadfast adherence to a strict moral or ethical code, being honest and having strong moral principles. What this means is that you will stand alone if you have to, because what you believe in and stand for are the one, two, or possibly three most important things to you. And for me, integrity is the gold standard. Your words and your actions define you. And when your words and actions are in alignment, you have integrity, which also means you're willing to stand alone if and when you have to. These are 6 additional mottos for you to think about, consider living by, and I'd like to ask you to share your mottos or to share your thoughts about the 6 additional mottos that I shared today. Send your comments and or your questions to conversations for college success at hotmail.com. Again, email your comments and or your questions to conversations for college success at hotmail.com. I look forward to talking to you next week.